What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a small hobby news for the Digimon TCG. Today we're talking about upcoming deck profiles on the channel. We're going to have our 2.0 deck profiles start hitting. I'm hopefully having the first one up for Thursday, November 21st. I know it's a couple weeks in, and unfortunately, because I didn't get my boxes, I just didn't have the time to really get everything together. But now that I have all my stuff and the box openings have been going live on the channel, we have one yesterday and another one coming up tomorrow. So we'll have, in between all those box openings, we'll have our first deck profile. So I just wanted to talk about that, what we're doing on the channel, as well as some other crazy things that are going on the Digimon TCG that I'd love people's opinions on. Hey, if you have any idea why people are being like this, let me know. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications. So we've decided what our 6 decks are going to be for the format. We'll start off with, I've put away Imperial Dramon. I know, crazy. I've been playing that deck. So I'm hoping to play something different for the Ultimate Cups in December. It all depends on how much time I get to practice. One of the decks I've already been playing a little bit, so I have a little bit more time and practice with that, but I really want to do well at the Ultimate Cup, so I really want to bring my best. So if I don't get enough time to test a deck, I'm probably not going to take it to an Ultimate Cup because I want that top 32, and maybe I have to bust out Imperial Dramon because I do well with that deck, and I know it inside and out. But we'll see what happens. First off, we're doing the red Unity deck. We're going to be building this. I'm not going to build a red hybrid variant to begin with. I'm going to do the Unity deck, so it's going to be based on the Unity build. So Kazimons, Korikakumons, other stuff like that. I know red hybrid is actually probably better right now, but I really want to try to build a Unity-based deck and go from there, and we'll see, you know, what's good, what's bad, and then we can make decisions on, okay, what are we going to do with this? You know, are we gonna continue with this, or we're gonna go switch up to red hybrid? In which case, we might have a second profile later on when I just go pure red hybrid. But we'll see what happens with that. Could be Ancient Gray, could be Emperor Greymon. But I really wanted to play this Unity deck because I love Emperor Greymon. It's one of my favorite cards, and I like the red hybrid play style. And I'm just interested overall in all the new abilities. So we're definitely going to do a red hybrid deck. For blue, we're not doing exactly a BT18, BT19 deck, but it's one that makes use of some of the new cards. It's going to be the Galaxy Toolbox deck. I've actually been playing Galaxy Toolbox at the end of last format, testing it out because it is such an effective engine, and so I have a little bit of practice with it, but we do have some new cards in it with the new Aqua support in BT19, and some of the new red cards that we've been waiting a while to get finally. But so Galaxy Toolbox probably going to be one of our first profiles, just because I'm still testing everything else. For yellow, we're definitely going to hit up Lucemon. I've decided I wanted to do another purple deck specifically, so this is why we're treating Lucemon as our yellow deck. I know it's like more purple, but it's about half and half because you do got some solid yellow cards in the deck. So yeah, so Lucemon will be our yellow profile. For green, we're definitely coming in to the Fun B, the royal base stuff. It's probably not a super competitive deck, but it looks so much fun, and just having face-up security as a thing just seems so cool. And I always loved the vaccine thing of toolboxing your security. So this is kind of the same thing, so I really do like that. So yeah, that's really cool. Fun Beatmon. I'm still looking for one pre-release copy of Canon B. It's so hard to find. Excuse me. Still getting over a cold, but we're gonna have that one as well. For black, black is an interesting one. I've decided to do Lord Nightmon, not the purple base one, although I might end up playing the purple base one because I think it's just so much more consistent. But for right now, we're going to take a look at kind of Nightmon, Lord Nightmon. So kind of cross version with all the Twilight and Dark Knight stuff. So I'm hoping that I can make a consistent version of that. That plays really well because I do like the Lord Nightmon thing. It's pretty cool, but I definitely think I wanna try to do the whole actual like Digi-Xros thing again in a non-Blue Flare deck, although I'll probably play Blue Flare next format if the support's good. But yeah, no, I like the new Nene stuff, so I'm definitely going to try like a black Lord Nightmon deck. I think it's probably pretty good, just probably not as good as the purple, which is really topping hard right now. But we'll see. We'll take a look, and we'll do that one too. And then, of course, I'm going to definitely finish up with some purple hybrid. I was excited for purple hybrid. I didn't know if it was actually going to be good. I thought the Unity stuff might be the good stuff, but it's not. It's purple hybrid. Purple hybrid is sick, and one of the decks that I really want to test, because probably between Galaxy and purple hybrid, those are the ones that I'm thinking about taking to Ultimate Cup in December. So I definitely want to practice those ones as much as possible. Maybe Lord Knight, depending if it's, you know, if the black turns out to be good, or if I switch to the purple. But those are the 6 deck profiles that we're going to be getting out there. So we'll start pumping them out here. Hopefully Thursday we'll have our first one here. But the crazy thing about this is that the prices, we've talked about prices. We're not doing a market analysis right now. We've talked about prices of the set has crashed. Like, look at all the Lucemon stuff. Duskmon's the one exception, because purple hybrid's so good, it's actually raised up in price. You can see there, its market price is 40, but if there's no copies, it's selling for 60. So you gotta watch out. Velgramon's not as expensive. I pulled 3, and I already had 2 from trades. So I actually have 1 for sale. So I should have got more. I should have concentrated on getting more Duskmons while they were cheaper. But this stuff is you know, fairly cheap. All this stuff is fairly cheap now. Although you need like multiple copies of like all of these. This stuff is super cheap. The secrets are super cheap. Violet, I actually have a playset of Violets, which is really nice because she's actually pricey. Again, probably because of the inclusion in the Beelstar hybrid deck. Queen Bees, for a deck that's doing nothing, she's actually staying up in price too, so that's kind of cool. But like, if we get to the second page here, past the ones that are worth more, Lord Knight's still $40. With the tops too, it's kind of nice that hasn't gone crazy. But if you look here, a lot of the other stuff is fairly cheap. Actually very, very cheap. And you know, Duskmon's going up in price again because it's really popular right now. But everything else is pretty much tanked. But I see people selling these for way outside their value. Like, I had a guy selling a couple Kumamons, a Lord Knight, Ace, right there, $10, and a freaking Korikakumon. If we go to the next page here, he had a couple Kumamons, and he wanted $20 per alt. $20 per alt. Okay. I hope no one buys off you because they're ripping themselves off severely. Like, I could see like upping the price or converting, but like $5 for Korikakumon, you want me to pay 3 times his value? Well, I'm going to go to Card Trader and pay double his value potentially if I can't get him, instead of trading from you, especially now that Canada Post is down. So I don't know what people are smoking, but this set is cheap. And you know why? Because half the stuff in it isn't adding to the meta at all. Unity does not top, so both Unity decks are out. Lucemon does not top, so Lucemon is out. Zed Millennium, you can, you know, put it into stuff like Lord Knight, but Lord Knight is topping based on Lord Knight and the purple engine that honestly needs to get hit, because that purple engine is the purple engine that runs Leviamon, it ran Anubis, it, you know, it runs so many decks. The problem isn't Lord Nightmon, it's Anubis. It's the Doberman, X-Antibody, that whole line with all those cards. That's the problem. If you're seeing the same base in like 3 different decks that are topping throughout all of 2024, it's because of that deck. Sorry, it's because of that line. It's not because of the top end. The top end, like I said, like if Lord Nightmon's not as good in Nightmon, it's not Lord Nightmon's fault. It's the base. So I don't like and then you got this won't go up or go this. You know, I wonder how many, if I had to buy a couple of these, which I do because I only got 2 from my boxes. You know, like I should be able to get that for under $5. But I'm seriously debating that. I think the community is a little bit upset with this, how cheap everything is, which is not Bandai's fault. Bandai gave people who buy boxes more stuff, which is really nice, honestly. Is like, hey, you get more stuff. And that's kind of their prerogative because they are not a singles company. They sell boxes. So if the price on cards tanks because we're getting more supers in a box, we're getting guaranteed 2 alts and a guaranteed secret, that's really not Bandai's fault. So we can't be angry with that. I mean, like, that's the one thing I was like, I didn't get angry with the price drops in this set. I got angry that I had to wait 2.5 weeks to get my stuff, which was not Bandai's fault again. I did blame them a little bit for a sloppy release, but I should have had the stuff the week after at release. And I didn't because somebody screwed up. And that's life, and that was the distributor. So, I mean, I'm not in the position of getting too angry at that kind of stuff, but just seeing people overprice stuff, I love how that's jumped up again. That was like $6, and now it's back up to like $8, which is funny because, like I said, we haven't seen any tops from stuff like that. But it'll be interesting to see, you know, what happens with all this stuff. I love that that's just sitting in there because of 1.0. I type in 2.0 and it just catches some of the 1.0 stuff. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff, dirt cheap. A lot of the alts, dirt cheap. I mean, like, that's not even all the alts too. Like, there's so many alts in the set, and just seeing people try to charge $20 for it is just sad, because it just really creates a really distrustful and honestly chintzy trade market. If you're sad that your alts are worth $5 and $10, join the club. Join the club. My Velgromon's only worth $30. You know, and nobody's hitting me up for that. It's unfortunate, but it's part of playing the game. So if you're upset that you can't get the value out of the boxes you bought, you know, you just got to go with, you know, like, you know, if you don't want to do TCG unconverted, do converted. You know, be like that. Fine, convert from US to Canadian, which honestly, in my opinion, is if you play the game and you accept people who give you unconverted and then you convert for everyone else, well, that kind of makes you a bit of a cheap bastard. I'm sorry, that's how it is. You know, like I do different things too. You know, like I want to make the most money as possible, but I want to be fair to people at the same time. And sometimes the prices are, but I usually take one of the 3 outline markers, like median, market, or last sold. And sometimes, depending on what I'm selling, I'll take the highest one and I'll round to the closest dollar. It's still better than unconverted. Sorry, it's still better than converted because you're not getting into the whole US thing. And I think that's fair. And I don't do that on everything. Some things I just know, let's market, whatever. This is, you know, it's cheap card, just get rid of it and stuff like that. So, I mean, people really got to think about fairness in the game, and just, you know, it just sucks because, like, when you talk to people like that, you just feel like you're wasting your time. And, you know, $20 for a $15 or $5 Korikakumon. Even the other ones, double the price for both Kumamon and it's like I really hope nobody buys your stuff, man, because I hope you learn a lesson. And honestly, that's kind of what I want to get at, is that people selling this set need to realize that you had your time to sell, and that was at pre-release and release, and now it's the time for the, you know, if you haven't sold your stuff and you're buying more stuff, it's time for the people who waited to be able to get their stuff at a decent price. And if you're not going to accommodate that, you're probably not going to sell your stuff. But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that is all for now, folks.